Hello and welcome to the Uzzi Sports Show. I'm Jared Valluzzi, and alongside me, wide receiver KJ Duff from St. Anthony's High School in the class of 2024. KJ, thank you so much for being here, man.
No problem. Ready to get into it.
Yeah, and this summer has been packed, to say the least, for you. But before we get into, all these camps that you've been to and everything, let's kind of rewind to your sophomore year. So you were on varsity as a sophomore. You're also on varsity as a freshman, but of course, with COVID and all that, limited games. So your sophomore year, you come in, some people know about you, but then there was that game against Cardinal Hayes where, you played phenomenal. And I believe you had 3 touchdowns that game. Kind of just take me through that performance, man. It was special.
Oh yeah, that was a great game. Obviously, I think the stats for that game: 6 catches, 196 yards, and 3 touchdowns. I think that was more of a statement game for me because, like you said, coming off my freshman year, I didn't play much. It was all COVID, so everything wasn't real. So coming into that game, I believe it was the first or second game of the season, first home game for St. Anthony's. And I just put on a show. And ever since then, I've got my name further out there.
Yeah, you played extremely well that game. And then the rest of the season, you followed it up with a lot of good performances. And then January comes, after the season ends and a couple offers, come in. And, it's not too often, sophomores from Long Island, receiving Power 5 offers. So, when Rutgers and Pitt were knocking on the door offering you, how'd it feel, man?
Oh, it was great. It started off with Rutgers. I went on an unofficial visit, met with the coaches, toured the facilities, and eventually, towards the end of the visit, I sat down with head coach Greg Schiano, and we kind of just talked. He said he liked what he saw from me, what he'd expect from me in the future, and kind of where I'd play at the school. And then I was lucky enough to get an offer, and then it went on from there. Pitt came, I believe, a week later, met with tight ends coach, Coach Salem. And, basically same thing, my versatility, where they want to see me play, and I have an offer from that school.
Yeah, it was definitely an awesome month, January. And then after that, I believe you attended the Under Armour underclassmen camp. Some of the best players in America were there. So, how's the experience at that camp?
Oh, it was great. It was first of all, with the camp, I believe it was like freezing. It started snowing during it, but competition wise, it was good. Definitely see how I stacked up against the top players in the region. I did pretty good. So, yeah.
Yeah. And then also with, the 7-on-7 circuit, obviously in the off season, it's huge. And I know some of the Long Island guys, including yourself, you guys went out to California. So, how was it on the West Coast, competing against some of those teams out there?
Oh, it was great. We had a great time out there. I think we came top 4 teams out of 30, 40. We played the South Florida Express team down from Florida, 4 or 5 stars. We played them. We beat them, actually. So it was just a great time in California, a great experience.
Yeah, you mentioned that huge win over the South Florida team. So, it seems like, you and some of the guys from Long Island you're going against 4 and 5 stars. So from what you've seen so far this summer, how do you think you have stacked up against some of these players?
Oh, I think I've been right there along with them. Not only me, but my teammates, like we said, like in California. I think we can play with anyone in the country and get it done. And we've proved that time and time before.
Yeah, you guys had an awesome time in Cali, and then I believe just actually, extremely recently, you went out to Penn State. You had a visit there. So, how was it in Nittany Lion country?
Oh, it was nice. The facilities, the indoor fields, practice field, the outdoor fields, it was all nice. The stadium was huge. When I went there more of as a tight end. So I got to compete at tight end. And after the camp, I spoke to the tight ends coach, Coach Howe. Said he liked from what he saw from me. We exchanged information, and we're going to keep in contact. And I'll be back up there back down there in the fall for a game.
Yeah, you mentioned that you had some offers, whether it's Pitt, West Virginia, Rutgers. Now you're in contact with Penn State. Who are some of the schools that you've been talking to recently that have showed some interest?
Recently, I've been talking to Florida State. I was actually supposed to go down to Florida State and University of Florida this weekend. but I just injured my knee last night, so I had to cancel that. But other than those two schools, Virginia Tech, and I was supposed to go over to Ohio State because I've been in contact with them when they came through. They came to the school, but that didn't work out either. So I'll have to reschedule that.
Definitely a lot of, big time schools. And one thing that you've mentioned, working with a lot of, tight end coaches. And then obviously when I watched you in the high school season, it seems like, you lined up all over the place when you were playing wide receiver. So, I mean, versatility has got to be a big part of your game.
Yeah, definitely. I think looking over it now, tight end, wide receiver, I can play anywhere. And that's what's going to come down to what school I'll be going to for college. I think I definitely want to play, move around like that in the next level, and whatever school is going to offer that, I'll be there.
Yeah, I'm extremely excited to see exactly, where you play this season. And I mean, speaking of the upcoming season, man, I mean, it's going to be a good one. St. Anthony's, you guys got a lot of guys coming back. How's the off season been, with your teammates getting prepared to take on your junior season?
Oh, it's been good. We've been just keeping the relationship, building a relationship, working out together, always at the field throwing together. So we've been good offense wise. I think we'll have, if not the best, one of the best offenses in the state.
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. You guys are going to be a force within, the AAA league this year. It should be, outstanding. And, speaking of this upcoming season, you guys have an extremely challenging schedule. And of course you have, the in-league games that are always tough, so what are some of the expectations you have for your team this season?
Definitely be in the playoffs. No doubt about that. I think we'll have a good chance this season. I don't know. I think schedule. I just looked at it this morning. I see us going undefeated. It could be a possibility, especially with the offense. Defense, we're missing a few people that graduated. Andrew Bardak, Matt Moss, those seniors. So defense, big shoes to fill, but I think we can have an undefeated season. Yeah,
and also, thinking about, some of your teammates, it's not only you, getting some of these, attention. I mean, Kenyon Miles has a bunch of offers. Incoming freshman Preston Carey just got offered by LSU. Ian Strong going to Rutgers. So, I mean, the talent around you is also amazing. So, with some of your teammates, getting this attention, you guys can have a pretty special season this year.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like you said, Ian committed to Rutgers. Kenyon, I believe, has 15 offers now around. He'll be committing soon, I'm pretty sure. So, and you mentioned Preston coming in, so we'll have a loaded team, and I think we'll be special.
Yeah, and one of those games on the schedule is Chaminade. It's one of the biggest rivalries in high school sports in general. Everyone always talks about St. Anthony's and Chaminade. And, I actually don't remember the last time St. Anthony's hosted an under the lights game where, all the students could come to see you guys play Chaminade. I believe you guys did it in COVID, but, I believe it was only just 2 fans per player. So, I mean, first time in a while, it's the big stage under the lights against your rival. So, how much does it really mean to the school and your team to have that game?
Oh, yeah, like you said, it's one of the biggest rivalries. And I think it will be even better that it's under the lights Friday night, 7 p.m. So, we're already excited for the game. It'll be a good one. Everyone will be there, and it's be a good game.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a lot of fun. And, speaking of schedules, I mean, you guys have a lot of cool non-conference games. You're playing against a bunch of teams in the Catholic League, whether it's the AAA or the AA, but there's always a question I have to ask. If you could add one game on your schedule going against anybody on Long Island or New York City, who'd you pick and why?
I'd have to go with Holy Trinity. It's been I've seen a lot of talk on Twitter about it, and honestly, I think it would be a good game. Both teams, some big D1 kids. Dylan committed to Rutgers, JB the 4-star. I believe they have another lineman with a few offers, but I think it would be a good game. Definitely a good game for the island. A lot of people would come. A lot of people would come to support. So I think it would be a game.
Yeah, no, I mean, if St. Anthony's gets the opportunity to play Trinity, I'm sure a lot of people would be in attendance for that one. KJ, thank you so much for your time today. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Jared Valluzzi. Have a good one.
Yeah.